What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and I'm back with a little bit of a channel update. This is kind of something I've never really done for the channel before, but I feel like I should, honestly, because I feel like I've been gone for a little bit. And I kind of want to give anybody who really enjoys what I'm doing some, chances of, what I'm doing at the moment. And I just want to try some new stuff. I want to mention what I want to do, and something I've been wanting to do since the channel's inception is talk about comics. It was one of my favorite things as a kid. I love talking about comic books, like Green Lantern, Spider-Man. Like those are some of my favorite superheroes and everything else that I grew up with. And I've always spent time on the channel even before my first video, which I think was one of the movie-thon videos, I would say. I've always toyed with the idea of talking about the more mostly Toku stuff, like doing the 1971 Kamen Rider manga. I love that manga. And the comics, because we even have Ultraman. I think even I had an early version of a video of me talking about the Ultraman manga. And I'm still not fully sure what this is going to look like at the moment. I'm still working out the kinks, and I'm trying to get my notes actually ready for the first video I want to do. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback. Do you guys want to see that? Because there's so many cool things that are going on right now that I would really love to talk about. I wanted to do stuff that maybe kept it more relevant and everything, because it's I kept having this feeling that if I covered something that's really old, nobody's really gonna care. But then I really go into this trying to revive that podcast setting, but trying to do something different, because don't get me wrong, I love talking about the shows. Me and Stormy love talking about the shows. I love doing the movie thon, but my favorite parts of the movie thon and doing that stuff is discussion and talking about it. But I want to also do stuff that gets us to talk to people in the comments and everything else. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy with this. I'm just hoping, just to do something else I enjoy, and share stories and comics I really like. If we're gonna talk about modern stuff right now, the Marvel Ultimate stuff right now. At least I've only fully read the first volume of Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm currently reading Ultimate Invasion, but I love that stuff. If you guys want to hear me talk about that, tell me down in the comments if you want to hear me talk about the Ultimate Comics. I'll definitely consider that if you guys want to see it. Um, I've also just been playing Marvel Rivals. That's where I think my Marvel interest right now is. But it's always something I've always loved. It's insane to me. I can't even think about where I'd be without Marvel as a property. At least specifically Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my hands down one of my favorite heroes. But I also love the new Radiant Black and Transformers, which is good, which is just so good. I need some outlets to talk about either of those comics, because those are so phenomenal in just storytelling and everything else. There's stuff in Radiant Black alone that it surprised me when it came out. And it's am I a little too late to talk about that stuff? I never really know, because it's I'd hate to put all the time and effort, and then somebody be like, "Whoa, why didn't you do this?" And I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't feel like it. um, but like I said, I don't really know what that's going to entail. It's I'll probably use the podcast format, because that's something I really do want to revive, because they were nice, easy videos and everything else, and I had my fun with them. I love discussing these things. But maybe I'll do more ramble videos like this one. So sorry if this is a little bit of a mess, thank you for listening so far if you have. But I'd love to do that, just with many different topics. I can take it from the comments or whatever I feel like. Maybe I've been reading Moon Knight, and I've kind of been toying with the idea of just doing videos, just talking about my experience with going through those comics, because they are wild. I'll say that. Moon Knight comics are wild. But I don't know, but that's not going to get rid of the us talking about the Toku shows. This isn't going to get rid of reviews. I actually have reviews I just haven't released yet because I just keep forgetting to post them, and then I don't feel like posting them on the day. So I'm like, I'll wait until I usually post, which I do usually try to post on a Sunday. Um, but it just, I haven't had the feeling to want to post, but I'm going to change that. Like, I'm going to put out the videos I already have. Um, so expect like a Tobospino. We have me and Stormy are actually going to be working on doing the Memorial Edition Oja Caliber. I almost said Oja Caliber Zero, but Oja Caliber. That's just something we just recently got in the mail. So like, expect stuff like that. Like, I don't know when that one's going to come out, but I do know I have the full action Tobospino video that's going to probably be released at some point. Maybe, you know what, I'm going to release it alongside this. With this channel update, there should be the Tobospino video for you guys. And I just really want to kind of do more stuff in 2025. Like, I've been enjoying doing stuff for the channel. I love interacting with people in the comments. It's like, I have few and far between, but thank you guys so much for enjoying what I do. And, tell me what you guys want to see. What topics do you want me to see? Like, I'll answer the ones I can, but, like, if it's something I'm just certainly not interested in, I'm not going to really want to talk about it. Because I don't want to talk about anything that I'm going to be blatantly be like, this is garbage. Why would anyone like this? It's like, that's just not what I'm going for, man. Like, but there are definitely things that I have been thinking about doing for years I want to do this year. So expect some comic stuff going forward. I don't know what's exactly going to be first. Well, I kind of do, but I don't want to spoil it. So we'll talk about. You'll see that in the future. So expect some comic stuff. And I think it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. We want to talk about the modern shows. Like, we are in episode 22 of Boon Boonjer, and it's ending like in a few weeks. Like, I think next month, or is it ending this month? I can't remember. Um, and we're not caught up, and we definitely want to talk about it. We enjoy Boon Boonjer. Hell, like, we're like 7 episodes into Gavu, and we are loving it. We just haven't had the time to sit down and try to catch up on the shows and like do the process that we did. Like, when we come back to talk about that, it's going to be very different than the old podcast format, because I'm not going to lie, I burnt myself out on how I used to work on those. Like, because it would be like, okay, we'd watch the shows and I'd take screenshots while we're watching, which definitely made watching them take so much longer. And that was on us. That was on me, honestly. That's just how we were doing it, and I just couldn't do that anymore. That made me just feel like watching these shows, it was a chore, even when I was enjoying them. So we're definitely going to be changing the format on that, but we'll still be talking about those shows when we get to talk to about them. And I hope you guys are really excited to hear us talk about them. Like, I honestly think these are some of the funnest shows that we've had in a little bit. Definitely interested in the next coming up Sentai. It looks neat. And overall, like, I think we're at a good time. Like, I'm honestly still really enjoying Gavu's toy line. The only reason I haven't covered anything is I haven't bought anything. Like I said, the end of the year, there's been a lot of stuff going on with me personally. Like, nothing I'm going to get on here. But I've been busy. It's also why reviews have been coming in frequently. But yeah, no. But I have plenty of other stuff to review, so expect the videos out when I get them all out and made. But yeah, tell me down in the comments, what do you guys want to see? What kind of comic stuff do you guys want me to see me cover? Like, do you guys want to see me talk about the Ultraman comic? I know, like, the Ultraman versus Avengers comic just came out. Like, I don't know if the trade's out, because sadly where I live, I don't have a comic shop, so I always have to wait for trades. So, tell me what kind of comics you guys want to see me cover and everything. I definitely do at some point want to talk about the 1971 Kamen Rider manga. Like, that's so good. And I don't know. It's like, that's what I want to do this year. I want to keep some reviews rolling. I want to actually try something new with the Movie-thon. I know I try to do quote unquote something new every year, but like, I have certain movie ideas that I want to cover this year, and I'm just curious if I can get them all together. I also would love to get more guests, but that's more of me having to ask somebody to sit down and record. So that's more of a personal thing. So you guys don't have to worry about that. But I would definitely want to get some old guests, new guests, people to talk about some of these things. I think that would be I love doing that stuff. Like it's been the most fun part of this channel for me is the discussions we can have and like just being able to record conversations between me and like friends and family and just be able to look back at those and be like, "Oh wow, look at there it is." It's like it's us bullshitting about Ninja Turtles for like 45 minutes or however long that video was. I still love that video, but that's because it's personal to me. So, I don't care how many views it has. Um and that's honestly how I want to look at it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I want to discuss stuff with you. Do you guys want to see any of what comics like Marvel, DC? I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call, but sorry for the awkward cut, but kind of had some stuff I had to deal with. I had a phone call, had to take it. Long story short, sorry for rambling, and I kind of lost the whole point I was talking about before, so I'm gonna be fully honest. Um, but thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys are excited for what I want to try to do this year. I hope you guys are excited for more toy reviews. I hope you guys are excited for some comic talk. Hope you guys are ready for more random Toku stuff or whatever else. Because that's just really what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not really taking away anything. I'm just more adding. And sorry if that makes something you want me to release less frequent, but I'm doing what I want to do. But tell me what you guys want to see down in the comments. I'm always up for recommendations, both for the movie-thon, for topics to talk about, what shows you guys want us to talk about. I know me and Stormy are watching old shows all the time. We've always talked about actually doing a full podcast episode on O's alone, Kyoryuger, Gaim, Ryuki, because that's on Blu-ray. So yeah, tell us what you guys want us to talk about. Doesn't mean we'll necessarily do it, but we'll definitely take it into consideration if it's like something a bunch of people want to see. Again, a lot along with any comic recommendations. Like, what do you guys want us to see? Or maybe we already have it in the back pocket. You can never know what we could already have on the slate. So yeah, I'm very excited to do those things. Like, I honestly I was not planning the channel update. It was something as I was getting ready to write the notes for the first comic thing we were doing. I currently was like, you know what? I'm writing this. I should write this like it felt more like a channel update than notes to the moment, and I was like, you know what? That's what I need to do. I need to do something, set a precedent for what's going on in 2025. Um, as of right now, I will say the movie-thon is being planned for right now. Like, I'm gonna say I'm planning ahead. Uh, doesn't mean it'll maybe necessarily like if something happens, it could just end up going away. But that depends on how crazy the year's gonna decide to be. Um, you know what I mean. So we'll have to see. Overall, expect some new stuff. Expect some comic talk. Expect some toy reviews. Um, because I still got plenty of toys to talk about. I'm very excited. Like, some of the Gabu stuff is so much fun. Got more Memorial Kyoryuger stuff. The Odra Caliber, which I knew I mentioned earlier. Um, and just a fun time. Like, honestly, I would love if I'm gonna just be rambling just for a little bit longer. Like, I'd love to do like gameplay stuff. Like, specifically like Mario Party. Like, I love playing Mario Party. Like, that's something I love doing with my friends, and I would love to have just a recording of that just because I think those could be very entertaining. And honestly, some of those games I always just want to preserve because I'm like, oh, I want to remember this forever. Even if it's something terrible that happened to me. Um, it's I say terrible, but it's Mario Party. It's when you play Mario Party, something bad's gonna happen while you're playing. Um, but yeah, no. So like maybe we'll throw that in. I'm not gonna guarantee game stuff because also I'd love to play like some of the Kamen Rider games. Just maybe not like full playthroughs, but at least try them out and show what the hell's going on with them. Because some of them are actually I think a ton of fun, even if they're really a light on anything else. But tell me down in the comments. Tell me what you'd like to see, and thank you so much for listening. Tell me what you want to see and for me to do in 2025, and I hope you guys stick around for whatever I do. And again, I can't thank you guys enough, and until whatever I do next. Bye bye!